Okay, my visual code. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let me take a very simple stuff. Mhm. Okay. All right. So now the last class we stopped at comments and we try if you remember any anything let me just take out this anything that you don't want the browser to process or to display, you take it out. For example, now if I run this on the browser, let me just okay, better still, let me just do live preview here. Let me do live server. So now if I want to remove the CSS that I've applied to this code, right? Now is what I need to do is select I will select everything, then put it in the comment. Now the comment you can see is less than sign, greater than sign, dash dash, then to end it, dash dash, then greater than sign. So once that is done, you will see that the styling is commented out. So it's not taking any effect. So which simply means the browser is not processing it. So this style element is being ignored. So what is being processed now is just everything here. Why do I have this one here? This is wrong. Okay, that is wrong. That should not be there. And just look at how many body do I have here. Can you imagine? So you see, can you see error there? Aha. So it's only that is the importance of arranging your tags very well. It will make you to spot issues easily. So let me rearrange this. This should go right in the body like that. So you can see that my head is in the opening tag of my head tag is in alignment with its closing tag. Similarly, the opening of the body tag is in alignment with the closing of the body tag. However, if you look at the HTML, it is not in alignment. So which simply means that I need to indent the head and the body elements just like that. So now you can see that the HTML opening tag is now in alignment with its closing tag. So that is how it should be, so that you can easily spot issues. Like once maybe just like I did, I had error here now that I have I repeated the body element, I repeated the HTML element easily. I saw it. So let me save my file again. Control S, then go back to the browser. This one. So now I can see. So now this is the what this H2 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 element. Then the rest are the what the paragraph element. And I used the what the div to sectionize to divide them into sections. Now, we will still get into sectioning or semantics. We still get into that, but just for you to know, the div, this div tag or the div element, we use it to divide our page into sections. Now, this body now is divided into 3 sections. 1, then 2, and the third one, 3. So it's for semantic reason. So now let's go on. The white space. When we talk of white space, now your browser will only respect a single white space. What I am highlighting here now, let me use my pen for clarity. This is a white space. That space in between each words, we call it white space. Now, the browser recognizes, well, let me see, we recognize only.
Sorry, sir. Do you mean white as in color, white space?
No, not color. The space in between in between your words, not letters now, not letters, words. That space, we call it the white space. That is the name. That's the nomenclature.
White. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Aha. So we call it white space. So now the browser
also non-breaking space, which is semicolon, NSP, colon, yes,
okay.
and ampersand, NFC, like that.
Yes. Now you see this non-breaking space. Yes, it will create that space for you, but it is basically used in situation when you don't want to maybe for example complex words to break. Let me demonstrate that to you. Now let's say you have pound, maybe 10 pounds, maybe. Okay, let me just create another paragraph here. The book I bought last semester costs me, I do have pound sign here. Okay, let me quickly use my entity to generate pound sign. Where is pound? Yes, this one. What was that again? That was yes, ampersand pound.
And semicolon.
Ampersand pound. Semicolon. 10 pounds. Now, if I do not, okay, don't worry. Let me just type in gibberish here. Some gibberish. Okay, let me go back to the browser. Yes. Yes.
You spelled bought wrong.
You said what?
You put a W in bought when you were typing.
Both. W where?
I mean, no, a W. The book I bought last.
Oh, okay, W. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So now, let's say I kind of I try to minimize this, right? It should go to the next line. Okay, it's not enough for me to demonstrate. Okay, let me type in gibberish here. I'm trying to demonstrate something to you. Let me just type some gibberish here. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so let me, now if I expand, as I expand, look at this, the 10 pounds, right? The 10 will go to another line. Can you see? Now, this should not be. If you don't want your that content, that part of your content to break up, you use the non-breaking space. Now let me put in the non-breaking space in between the pound sign and 10, this one. So if I do ampersand NBSP, comma, semicolon. Now, as you can see, it has gone together with the 10. It will never break. Now, if I expand a bit, you can see they are now together. At the same time, just like Doctor said, it has created that white space in between them. But as the white space is created in between them, it still joins them together so that it will not break. That is why they call it a non-breaking space. It will not break. The 10 and the pound sign will never break because they are meant to be together. Because how can you explain what 10 is? For the pound sign, the pound sign that is beside the 10 is telling us that yes, that is an amount that the amount it costs you to purchase that book. So please use the non-breaking space very well. It is to ensure that complex words stay together and they will not break in any type of viewport, because remember the viewport depends on the type of device you are using. Maybe the size of this screen now, and maybe it's a mobile. I'm not sure. This is a mobile phone. So whatever the size of the device, the 10 pound will not break. It will not separate. But most many some let me use the word some developer, they will use the non-breaking space to add multiple white spaces in between their in between words, but that is not the use case for it. If you want to add spaces in between your words, there are other ways that can be achieved. You can achieve that through CSS. That will be done, dealt with when we get to CSS, or we use the pre-tag, right? So breaking space, if you want to add a space in between words that you do not want to break, then you apply the non-breaking space. It will create that space for you, but in whatever viewport the content is being viewed, that complex word will never break. They will never separate. They will stay together. If I had more, let's just practicalize it here now. If I had more breaking space, if you preview, there'll be more white spaces in between the pound sign and the number 10. And if you try to increase the size, you can see it will never break. They will stay together. You can see it will never break. Never. They will stay together. I hope that is clear enough. Do you have any question on that? Any question on that?
Uncle,
Okay.
could you show me the white space again?
Okay.
So you're demonstrating to summarize what you're teaching, showing us right now.
Okay.
You're demonstrating the
Okay.
unbreakable white space.
Okay.
No matter how no matter the was that you, no matter how you size it up or down,
Mhm.
they're never separate from each other. The two are just bond.
Okay. So what exactly is your question now? Is it that you do not understand the non-breaking space, or the normal white space in between words?
The normal white space
The normal white
bonds.
space. Okay. Now let me remove the pound and the 10 and the non-breaking space. Now, when you are writing an essay, right? For example, let's consider this the first paragraph here. This paragraph: London is the capital city of England. Now, it is a normal lexical structure, right? Maybe in your writing, if you want to separate two words, what do? You insert a white space in between them. Yes or no? Joshua, yes or no?
Yeah, yes,
Yes, good.
yes, sir.
So, yes. Now, it is not right for you to insert multiple spaces in between London and East. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So it is not right. Now, your browser respects only a single white space between words. Now, you can see that I typed how many white spaces here? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 white spaces in between London and East. If you go to the browser, let's go to the browser, you will see that the browser only respects a single white space. That single white space. As you can see, right? That single one in between London and East. Now, it is designed on purpose because it's just following the normal writing methods, right? In between words, you are expected to have a single space. In HTML, we call it white space, right? So now, if you want to preserve the white space, there are ways you can do that, right? Now, if I take this back to the normal lexical writing, right? So this is a normal way I should do my writing, right? My writing. So it should be London space East space the capital and so on and so forth, right? Now, I cannot add extra spaces in between my words. This is going against normal writing. So I'm taking it back to a single space. But know that if by error, maybe you may say you in error typed multiple spaces in between two words, if it is done in error, the browser will only respect a single space. The browser will only respect in a single space, as you are seeing in your browser. You know, between the off and England is a single space there. But if you look at your code, we have multiple spaces there, which is actually wrong. However, if I want to preserve
So,
that space, you want to say something?
so no matter how the spaces that you
Mm-hmm.
separate, the coding will still represent a normal space.
Exactly. Yes. The browser will still. Now, let me do this. Let me just do this. The browser will still respect that single space. You can see the way I'm scattering. London is the capital of England. Go to the browser. you will see it still give respect only a single space.
What if you refresh it again?
You said?
What if you refresh it again?
What if what?
Like refresh it again.
I didn't get you.
I said, could you refresh it again and you'll give
Okay,
you
okay. You see, refresh. You can see I'm clicking on refreshing. Remember what I'm doing. I run this on what, a live server. So whatever changes I make here is automatically reflecting in my browser without me doing anything. For example, let me uncomment my style. Let me just uncomment my style.
So
Once I
there's
uncomment, just listen. You can see I remove the comment on my style elements, right? I am not going to refresh anything on the browser. It will refresh automatically. Why? Because I ran my file on what I opened with a live server. I demonstrated this in the last class. So once you open your file, or document with a live server, whatever changes you are making in your code is being reflected automatically here. So I'm going to comment the style again. You can see it's gone. The styling is removed. So now back to what we are discussing. So no matter the space in between your words, it will only respect a single white space, right? So now let's assume that you want this white space, you want to present it in this format. For example, let's just assume, it's an assumption now, this is not the right way to present writing, right? But let us just assume you want to present it in this format. What you do in this case is to use your your preserved tag, PRE. So you preserve it. You preserve this space in the PRE. No. So you use this tag, no, this PRE, preserve, this tag. Put your content in between it, and it will now preserve it. As you can see, there are better ways of preserving your spaces anyway. You can use CSS, which we are still going to treat later. So, but as we know that this is not the right way of writing, right? An article. So I'm going to correct everything back. I'm going to correct everything. So the white space, So is there any other question on white space? No other question. So now let me again explain on the non-breaking space. Let's say I want to write distance. Remember that distance of 30 kilometers. This 30, okay, maybe that may not be a very good example, but let's just assume that I want to put a space between my 30 and kilometer, just for as an example. Now I want this space, right? If I reduce the screen size, right, at a point, the kilometer will go to the next line at a point. Can you see? That kilometer has gone to the next line, which should not be. I want my 30 and kilometer to stay together, right? and I still want that white space in between them. For me to achieve that, I will use the non-breaking space, NBSP, non-breaking space. If I run my code, go to the browser, you can see now they are together. It is no longer breaking. So if I increase the screen size, you can see it's no longer breaking. They will stay together no matter what. And that is the purpose of the non-breaking space, is to add white space and make it not to break. It will never break. Right. So I think we have spent enough time on that already. Now, your HTML is kind of case sensitive in some cases, right? But not in all cases. For example, if you go to your code and you write capital H here, let's say capital H, there, let's see whether this one will break. You can see it is still presenting. So presenting normally. So in such a situation, the case is it doesn't matter whether it's uppercase or whether it is lowercase. It doesn't matter. But in some cases, like attributes, it does matters, right? So we will still get to that. I will remind you when we get to such an example. Now, let's go on. Now, encoding, yes. There are some characters, for example, this less than and greater than sign, that to HTML, to the browser, it has meaning. For example, let's say I want to write my name here. Let me remove this content. Let's say I want to write my name in here, saying my name is and I want to write it in the angle bracket, right? My name is Tola Adebambo, right? Now remember that to the browser, anything inside angle brackets will be interpreted as element tags, right? Right? Now, if I go to the browser, just look at the first div, the third paragraph. If I go to the browser, now look at it. Okay, I even omitted my name here. Let me just type it there. Now, my name is blank. Why? Because the browser is interpreting this to be a tag. So it's not meant to display a tag. Just like we have our H2 here, the H2 tag, opening tag or closing tag, is not being displayed on the browser. Rather, it is just the content that is being displayed, right? So it is interpreting this my name to be a tag. But if I want to preserve, to maintain that tag, I'm going to use the entity character, which in this case is what? Ampersand greater than, then semicolon for the greater than sign, then ampersand less than, semicolon for the less than sign. Now, if I want my name to be wrapped in the angular bracket, I will use ampersand less than the semicolon. Now, this one is called a named entity. We have number entities. I will show you. I think the less, maybe the less than, yes, I think is 60. If I can remember, let me see. Let me type 60 here. Okay, no. Let us check this first. So I'm going to change this one to greater than as a GT semicolon. So if I now preview it again on the browser, now you can see that my name is displayed accordingly, the way I want it to be displayed. Right. So remember those keywords that that is recognized by the HTML, they should be inside a character entity, and we have so many of them. You can view so many here. You know, I use this a lot, right? For example, if I want to give now the number, yes, look at the number. The number entity for the less than sign is ampersand hashtag 60. Then for the greater than sign is ampersand hashtag 62. If I change this to number entity now, ampersand hashtag 60, then ampersand hashtag 62, it will give me the same exactly the same thing. You can as you can see here, the same thing. So any question on characters, encoding, anything?
Um,
Okay.
yes. So, Uncle, could you go back to the code? So instead of doing greater sign and the last sign,
Mhm.
the one that you just displayed now, is another way to display it as a tag or content.
Yes. Now it is not another way. Don't look at it as another way. No, it is not another way. If you want certain characters to be displayed very well on the browser, you must encode it. You must use the character entities. For example, look at this. If I want this smiley face, there's no way on my keyboard I can type a smiley face, right? But if I want a smiley face to be displayed in my content, I will use this character entity. You can see it's ampersand hashtag 128512. 128512. Let's try it. 128512. Ampersand hashtag 128512 semicolon. Go to the browser. You can see. Now, on your keyboard, there is no way you can type this inside your body elements. So the character entities gives you the opportunity to express yourself. So don't see it as another form. No, it is not another form. It is a means of you or let me rephrase myself. It is a way or an opportunity for you to express yourself more, right? There are more than this, actually. There are more than this. There are more than this. So if you want to insert icons like the copyright sign and so on and so forth, you can use this in your keyboard. there's no way you can type this copyright sign, right? You can't type it into your content, but rather you can use special characters, entity characters like this to include such symbols in your code, in your content. Now, this one is what I think there's a name character for a name entity for it. Let me try and remember. I think it's a ampersand copy. I think it's copy. Yes, this one, semicolon. If I go to the browser, you will see there. Can you see? That is the name entity. But the number entity, this is the number entity right here. What's this? So this is the number entity. The number entity is ampersand hashtag 169 semicolon. That is a number entity. So is that clear enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's good.
Okay. All right. So let's quickly move on. Now, the meta tag is a tag written in between the head section, right? And you can use that meta tag for many things. To write description about your web page, to give instruction about the viewport. Like, for example, if you look at okay, it's not, I don't now look at this one now. This is an example of meta tag. Now this one is just giving the initial viewport of my for my browser, right? And this one, the very first one, is saying that the character set that you can you should use for this is UTF-8. We have different character sets. We have the ASCII character set, right? But these days, the commonly used character set is UTF-8. So, and that is what we majorly use our meta tag for, to give more information about your page to the browser. And and also, as you can see here, that you can also have your title element within the head section. Head section. Similarly, your internal styling within your head section. Similarly, the link, any link that you want, maybe for example, if I type link now, it's going to ask me, is it the link for CSS? So once I click on that, it will generate that for me. So I'm telling the browser that, okay, this link is linking your HTML to this style sheet, and the relationship between them is what? Style sheet. If you do link favicon, we will see treat favicon soon. You can see that the relationship is different. This one is what? An icon, right? It's an icon. So we are still going, we get into that later. So let us proceed because of our time. I just explained the character set to you. Now we have I explained this in the last class about the structure of what? Your page. That everything is enclosed within the HTML tag. If I collapse it now, you can see everything is inside the HTML element. If I uncollapse, and you can see that the children of this HTML, the children are the head and the body. Remember, we discussed the children in the last class. If I go to where I have my HTML tree, let me preview this one so that I can copy it, copy the address. Let me copy the address and I paste it here to run. I have an add-on on my system, HTML3. Now you can see here that the children to the HTML, the children are head and the body, because the children is what detected by this branch out of the HTML tree line. So this is HTML tree line, and the branch of the head and the body. So body and the head, they are children to HTML. However, the script, meta, title, these 4 tags, they are grandchildren to HTML, but they are still children to the head. As you can see, the moment I highlight on the head, all the children are highlighted. Similarly, if I put my cursor on the HTML, all the descendants are highlighted. The children with the grandchildren. And this one now, H2, P, they are great grandchildren to HTML, but they are grandchildren to the body tag, and they are children to this div tag. We discussed this in our last class. So let's move on. So I think it is safe for us to stop here, for me to share an assignment with you. But what assignment? Even we have discussed this. You have discussed this.
Uncle,
Yes, you have discussed this. I'm listening.
it is send in the cheat sheet that you had for the emojis and
Okay.
over.
For you mean, are you talking about this? Hold on, let me just bring it up. Are you talking about this?
I can't see it. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So what about it?
Oh, could you send it to us?
Okay,
And,
no problem. Of course, I
so-
I I can do that. But
oh,
why is it not going back to the? There should be a back button here. Why is it not going back? Okay. Where did I save it? I think I save it in CSS JavaScript platform HTML. Okay, don't worry. I will share it. So don't let that waste our time. I will share it. So we have discussed about the structure. All right. So is there any question on this on structure? Any question on structure? E30 to okay. Any question on structure before we call it a day?
Okay, so we don't have any assignments?
No, I will give assignments.
Okay.
I'm only asking, is there any question so far?
No, nothing from me.
What about others?
no, so I don't think I have any questions about the
Okay.
structure.
Okay. So I want to create a very simple I know we have not revised the H1s, but I believe you know what H1, H2, H2, H6, what they are. So what I want you to do is this. Where is the where is this? Okay, let me run this. Okay. I will give you just something like this. You are going to format it. Let me see what you can do. You are going to format this the way you are seeing it. You can change my name to your name. You can change my email to your email. You can change your change whatever you want to change to yours. But all I want, what I am interested in, excuse me, what I am interested in is your ability to achieve this formatting. So what I will share, I'm going to share a very raw file. I think I have that raw file somewhere, but I can't remember where. But I'm going to send it. But what I will send is just a raw file. I will not format anything. So you are the one that will insert the elements. Look at this model. I'm going to share this model with you on the WhatsApp group. Look at this model and use it to construct your own page, your own content, and try as much as possible to achieve this same formatting here, right? As you can see, my name appears bigger in size than this, and this software developer appears a little bit bigger than this, I think, yes. So, and you can see this one is smaller in size, but bold. And this one is a list. Yes, I know we are yet to get to list, but you have this document. I think list should be down somewhere here, but look through it, you will see the list. I know we have done it before. And for those who were not in the class, don't worry, just give it a try. I'm going to give you heads up. Since I'm going to share this HTML this thing with you. I don't know why can't I go back to the okay. You said what? Is there someone talking? Why can't I go back to no? Where did I bookmark this thing? I bookmark it somewhere. That's the problem of bookmarking things in multiple places. You'll be able to find it easily. Okay. Let's do this way. Let's just do HTML. HTML sheets. Okay, I think this is it. Aha. So I'm going to share this with you so you can look through, right? Now this is list, right? So you can just look through and try to achieve what you can see on the screen. Where is it again? This one. Have I closed again? Oh, I think I've closed again. This one. So let me copy this. I think I've copied it. Let me quickly share that with you. Let me stop recording so that it won't eat too much into stop recording.